All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into something really special, a treasure trove of wisdom, really. It's from the July 1947 edition of the spiritual magazine Akhand Jyoti, and it features some incredibly profound guidance from the revered Param Pujya Gurudev Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharyaji.
And right off the bat, this powerful line from the magazine just sets the entire stage for our journey today. The message is crystal clear, It's not about escaping the world, it's about transforming it. And that transformation, it starts right here with us. So let's explore exactly how we can do that.
Okay, so to even begin this journey of transformation, the articles lay out these three foundational pillars. You can almost think of them as the essential tools in your toolkit, the things you absolutely need to build a strong and, a truly meaningful life.
So what are they? They are truth, knowledge, and humanity. Simple as that. But these three, they're the very bedrock of the whole philosophy we're exploring. So let's really unpack what each one means, one by one.
First up, we've got truth. And get this, it's described as a power that's equal to 1,000 elephants. Wow. So you can see it's not just about, not telling lies. It goes so much deeper. It's about being that firm, unshakable ground, the foundation that everything else in your life is built on.
All right, pillar number 2 is knowledge, or more specifically, sajnana, which means true, righteous knowledge. And the author makes a really important distinction here. This isn't about money or possessions, material wealth that can disappear in a flash. No, true knowledge, that's the only permanent capital we can ever have. It's a kind of wealth that enriches the soul itself.
And that brings us to our third pillar, humanity. This is presented as the very heart of all religion. It's the guiding principle that pushes us to live with compassion, to serve other people, and, this is so important, to see that fundamental unity we all share. You could say it's the action part of our spiritual life. It's where the rubber meets the road.
Okay, so we've got our tools. Now, the journey turns inward. The articles suggest something fascinating, that at every single moment we're facing a choice between three fundamental natures that live deep inside all of us, and these choices are constantly shaping who we are and who we become.
And this really breaks down those three potentials beautifully. On one hand, you have the godly nature, the part of us that gives selflessly and just wants peace. In the middle, there's the human nature, which is all about living by principles, having courage, and bringing people together. And then, there's the demonic nature. This one is driven by pure selfishness, cruelty, and ego. And the key takeaway here? The choice between them is always, always ours.
So this really brings up the most important question of all, doesn't it? I mean, it's one thing to know these three paths exist inside us. But how do we actually consciously choose to strengthen our highest, most divine self? How do we make that our default setting?
Well, the text gives us some really clear, practical steps. First, we're told to guard our minds from negativity and impurity. I love this idea. It's like you're the bouncer at the club of your own mind, deciding what gets in. Then, use positive self-talk, affirmations to build yourself up from the inside. And this one is crucial. Purify your actions. How? By connecting them to a higher, more noble purpose.
Okay, so we have our tools, and we've looked at the inner path. So where does all this lead? Let's talk about the destination of this journey. Because it's not about a life of just grim duty, it's about a life that is absolutely filled with profound joy and a real, unwavering sense of purpose.
Now this is really interesting. Citing the Bhagavad Gita, the author talks about happiness in a completely different way. It's not some luxury or a fleeting feeling that you have to chase. Instead, it's a powerful tool. It's a practice that actively gets rid of suffering and brings incredible stability and clarity to your mind. Think about that.
And this inner joy, it isn't just a feeling stuck in your head. It actually works like a powerful catalyst for growth. The source points out that it ripples outward from your core, and in doing so, it profoundly improves 4 key areas of your entire life.
And here they are. This positive inner state literally radiates outward. It tangibly improves your physical health, your mental clarity, the harmony in your social life and relationships, and yep, even your economic prosperity. It's amazing, right? And it all starts from within.
So how do you hold on to this joy? Well, it finds its anchor in a clear life purpose. The text calls it a laksha, which basically means a goal or an aim. And the metaphor they use is just perfect. Without that purpose, Without that guiding star, we're like a rudderless boat. We just risk drifting aimlessly, getting tossed around by whatever circumstances come our way.
And here's the really crucial point, the thing that makes this so achievable. Our grand purpose isn't some huge, far-off, unattainable dream. Nope, it's built day by day, even moment by moment. It happens by consciously turning each and every day into what's called a sutin, which literally means a good day. And you do that through meaningful action and just committing to getting a little better every day.
All right, we've covered a lot. So, now let's distill all of this incredible, timeless wisdom into a final, practical toolkit. Something you can actually apply to your life, like right now, as soon as you're done listening.
First, let's talk about the inner work. This is the foundation for everything else. It's about committing to unshakable truth, consciously choosing your divine nature over those lower impulses, guarding your mind, cultivating inner happiness like it's a core practice, and trying to see that divine spark in everything and everyone. It all starts inside. And that inner work, it naturally leads to outer action. With that strong foundation in place, you can set a clear and noble life goal, your laksha. You can act with humanity and compassion in everything you do. You strive to create unity. You can live fearlessly because you know your divine nature. And you can make every single day meaningful through your actions.
You know, it's pretty amazing when you think about it. This wisdom is from 1947. These words have traveled almost 80 years through time to reach you today. And they are just as relevant now as they were back then. So I guess the only question left to ask is, how are you going to use it to transform your today?